Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and I've got 100 questions for you about general knowledge, stuff in general, science, mathematics, engineering, entertainment, geography, history, politics, general stuff. So let's begin with number one and have a little bit of fun, shall we? When were the first glass contact lenses made? 1971, 1887, or 1936? The first glass contact lenses. They were made in 1887. Actress Machiko Kyo's sole foreign project was this 1956 American film, Sayonara, Away All Boats, or The Tea House of the August Moon. And that would be The Tea House of the August Moon. The Tahitians believed that Maui had always been a god. Is that true, or is that false? The Tahitians believed that Maui had always been a god. That would be false. According to Tahitian legend, he was originally a priest who was later deified. How many bones are in your hand? 54, 15, or 27? Well, there are 27 bones in your hand. Swans are solitary and only pair up in breeding season. Is that true, or is that false? That would be false. Swans mate for life. What is the axolotl? A salamander, a bird, or a turtle? An axolotl. That would be a salamander. Who played the female lead in the 1960 film, The Apartment? Was that Marilyn Monroe? Was it Shirley MacLaine? Or was it Dolores Wells? The lead in the 1960 film The Apartments was Shirley MacLaine. Harvesting pineapples will eventually remove your fingerprints. Is that true, or is that false? Harvest pineapples and fingerprints. Well, that is false. Of course you won't lose your fingerprints. Who invented polo? The Indians, the Brits, or the Iranians? Polo was invented by Iranians. Who played Ashley Wilkes in Gone with the Wind? Vincent Price, Leslie Howard, or Olivia de Havilland? And that was played by Leslie Howard. True or false? Clouded leopards have the largest canines in proportion to their body, which is why they're called the modern saber-toothed tiger. That's true. Albert Einstein was bad at math. Is that a fact or is that fiction? Albert Einstein bad at math. Well, that would be fiction. This urban legend came from a misinterpretation of the grading scales. Albert Einstein bet. That's what he did. Who was the leading man in the 1942 film Random Harvest? Ronald Colman, William Powell, or Franchot Tone? And that was Ronald Colman. British women were encouraged to wear what because Hitler hated it? Black bras, short skirts, or red lipstick? He hated red lipstick. For a stage performance of The Wizard of Oz, what was Toto replaced with? Imogene the Calf, Bobo the Saint Bernard, or Harry the Seal? He was replaced by Imogene the Calf. What Revolutionary War fighter is famous for saying, "I have not yet begun to fight"? Was that Benedict Arnold? Was it George Washington? Or was it John Paul Jones? John Paul Jones had not yet begun to fight. Who wrote a book about a collie titled Lad, a Dog? Albert Payson Terhune, Jack London, or Eric Knight? That would be Albert Payson Terhune. What is Clara Barton known for? Founding the Red Cross, writing Little Women, or being a spy? Clara Barton is known for founding the Red Cross. Who did Bruce Lee train in Jeet Kune Do? Jackie Chan, Michelle Yeoh, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? He trained Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, first aired in 1988. Is that true or is that false? And that is false. It started in 1993 and went through 1997. Where was spaghetti and meatballs created? New York, USA, Beijing, China, or Rome, Italy? Spaghetti and meatballs. That was invented in USA. Italian immigrants were the first to put those two together. Meatballs and spaghetti in the same dish. That's American. The first NBA game was played between which teams? The Philadelphia Warriors and the Boston Celtics, the New York Knickerbockers versus the Toronto Huskies, or the Pittsburgh Ironmen versus the Providence Steamrollers? The first NBA game. That was the New York Knickerbockers versus the Toronto Huskies. National Donut Day, June 2, was created to honor the Salvation Army women who served donuts to soldiers in World War I. Is that true or is that nonsense? Falseness. Please be true. Please be true. It's true, and I'm celebrating. Now that I know. The popular game of Scrabble came out when? 1923, 1952, or 1899? The popular game of Scrabble. When did that come around? That was 1952. Roy Riegels got the nickname Wrong Way because he ran toward the opposite team's goal. Is that true? Or is that just plain silly? False. That's true. So he got the name. Not the only one to do it. The saguaro cactus is a non-flowering plant. Is that true? Or is that not true? That is false. Which is like saying not true. The constellation Lacerta comes from what mythology? It has no mythological story. The European basilisk or the Greek dragons of Medea. Constellation Lacerta. That's got no mythological story. It's a trick question. Figure skater Michelle Kwan won how many U.S. championships? 5, 9, or 12? Michelle Kwan won 9 U.S. championships. True or false? Rugby player Waisale Saravi is affectionately known as the Wizard. Is that true or is that false? And that is true. Nikola Tesla believed the pyramids drew energy from the Earth's magnetic field. Is that bogus, or is that true? Nikola Tesla believed the pyramids drew energy from the Earth's magnetic field. He's a scientist. Of course that happens to be true. He did think that. Crufts, the International Dog Show, is headquartered where? Birmingham, England, Dumfries, Scotland, or Richmond, Kentucky, the US of A. And the International Dog Show is held in Birmingham, England. What is the highest mountain on the British Isles? Is it Cairngorm? Is it Ben Nevis? Or is it Ben Macdui? The highest mountain on the British Isles is Ben Nevis. What is or are Nasoni? A surgical technique in rhinoplasty, a line of motorcycles from 1913, or the fountains in Rome, Italy, built in 1874. The Nasoni. Fountains in Rome, Italy, built in 1874. H is what in the Russian alphabet? Is it B or N? The H-looking symbol. That is an N sound. Yasuki was an unusual samurai because Yasuki was a woman, Yasuki was from Africa, or Yasuki became emperor. Yasuki was from Africa. The peppered moth developed a black morph to blend into the suit caused by the International Industrial Revolution. True or false? The peppered moth did in fact develop a black morph. That's true. Ofuro tubs were created where? Japan, Finland, or Chad? Ofuro tubs. Those were created in Japan. What were the ingredients in ancient Egyptian toothpaste? Seashell, musk, cinnamon, and alum? Dragon's blood, pumice, tobacco ashes, and myrrh? Or rock salt, mint, iris flower, and pepper? That would be rock salt, mint, iris flower, and pepper. The average Finn consumes how much coffee yearly? 26 pounds, 7 ounces, or 5 pounds of coffee? The average Finn. They consume 26 pounds of coffee yearly on average. What is Canada's biggest island? Umisk, Elk, or Baffin Island? Canada's biggest island. That would be Baffin Island. This country is called the Land of Fire due to Yanar Dag, where gases sometimes cause fires to spontaneously break out. Azerbaijan, Tibet, or Mongolia? And that would be Azerbaijan. What is a dead man's hand? Is it 2 queens and 2 aces? 1 king, 2 sevens, and a joker? Or 2 aces and 2 eights? The dead man's hand. That would be 2 aces and 2 eights. What was the fastest clipper ship? The Cutty Sark, the Flying Cloud, or the Sovereign of the Seas? The fastest clipper ship was the Flying Cloud. This symbol means what in Chinese and Japanese writing? Cat, fox, or dog? That symbol right there. That means cat in both languages. Where did chess first appear? 6th century India, 12th century Europe, or 5th century China? The game of chess first appeared in 6th century India. Who or what was a Beliana? A large feed sack? A Japanese clan? A 13,000-ton disposable Russian transport ship? A Beliana. That's a 13,000-ton disposable Russian transport ship. Disposable, you say? Checkmate comes from the Persian phrase shamat, meaning you lose, forfeit, or the king is dead. Shamat. That means the king is dead. Where is the tallest tower in the world? New York, USA, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, or Shanghai, China? The tallest tower in the world is located in Dubai, UAE. The kissing gourami fish got its name from what? Its courtship dance, its large fleshy lips, or its fighting display? Kissing gourami fish, from its large fleshy lips. In 19th century Korea, the yongshamak overcoat was banished because it easily conceals weapons, it was too expensive to make, or it was seen as a frivolous vanity. In 19th century Korea, it was seen as a frivolous vanity. The Shah, the totemic animal of the Egyptian god Set, is also known as the typhonic beast, Sobek, or Amit. The Shah. It's also known as the typhonic beast. The British TV series The Good Life was known as what in the US? Good Neighbors, Better Life, or Goodness Knows? Good Neighbors. Pirates wore eye patches so their eyes could adjust faster between the bright ship deck and the dark below decks. Is that true or is that false? That would be true. In 1957, the Frisbee pie tin inspired the Wham-O toy company to invent the Frisbee toy. Is that true or is that false? That's true. The Akan folktale trickster Anansi is it a fox, a baboon, or a spider? And that would be a spider. The Aztecs had an instrument called the jaguar whistle, which mimicked the big cat's roar. Is that true or is that false? That's true. The saying, to think of blue almonds in Poland, means you are hallucinating, you're hungry, or you're daydreaming. That means you're daydreaming if you're thinking of blue almonds in Poland. Who or what were conversos? A line of sports cars, Spanish sneakers, or Jews who were forced to convert during the Inquisition? Those were Jews who were forced to convert during the Inquisition. The commercial featuring Little Mikey first aired in 1971 and All of the Below, promoted Life cereal, or as one of the longest running ad campaigns? And that is all of the below. Fjörgolfjör means what in Iceland? Raging jagged gulf, feather river canyon, or nothing? It's just an Icelandic word. Fjörgolfjör. That means feather river canyon. Sorry, Iceland, I did my best. Jackie Coogan, who was Uncle Fester in the 1960s The Addams Family, was a child actor in what? Alfalfa in the Our Gang series, Buster Brown in the 1920s short films, or the title character in Chaplin's The Kid? He was the title character in Chaplin's The Kid. Where is the world's largest archipelago? The Philippines, Finland, or Mexico? The largest archipelago in the world. You'll find that in Finland, of all places. Syrian author Lucian of Samosata wrote a short novel called A True Story, which is the earliest known work that could be called science fiction. Is that true or is that false? And that is true. What was a proposed name for Bugs Bunny? Happy Rabbit, Harum Scarum, or Ricky Rabbit? A proposed name for Bugs Bunny was Happy Rabbit. Snoopy is what dog breed? A Jack Russell Terrier, a Beagle, or a Bull Terrier? Snoopy is a Beagle. The Bull Terrier named Bullseye is the mascot of what corporation? Budweiser, Friskies, or Target? It is the mascot for Target. Garfield the cat's favorite food is spinach, lasagna, or donuts? Garfield's favorite food is lasagna. Diana Ross was the lead singer of which group? The Veronicas, the Supremes, or the Marvelettes? Diana Ross was the lead singer of the Supremes. Snoop Dogg's real name is Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr., Armando Christian Perez, or Sean Corey Carter? Snoop Dogg's real name is Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr. Nana Jagnedza is an Egyptian chess player. Is that true or false? Nana Jagnedza. That's false. Definitely Slavic. She's Georgian. What percent of Finland is covered in forest? 5%, 24%, or 75%? The percentage of Finland covered in forest is 75. The first Ming emperor made it illegal for men to shave part of their foreheads. Why? He thought it was ugly? It was a Mongol hairstyle? Or he felt the style served no purpose? First Ming emperor thought it was a Mongol hairstyle. Therefore, we're not doing it. This chef was known for popularizing potato chips as a snack. Was it George Speck, Julia Child, or Graham Kerr? That chef would be George Speck. Some people in Bangladesh use trained otters to fish. Is that true or false? Trained otters to not eat the fish and give them up to humans? That'd be amazing. It's also true. Skills. Pongo is British military slang for a soldier or marine and is the genus name of is it the falcon, the shark, or the orangutan? The pongo. Or pongo. That would be the genus of the orangutan. What bird is also called the Mexican eagle? The golden eagle, the crested caracara, or the osprey? The Mexican eagle is also called the crested caracara. The smallest boomerang is larger than 10 inches. Is that true or is that false? Smallest boomerang. I presume it's the smallest boomerang that works. That's false. The smallest can be less than 10 centimeters or 3.9 inches. A chakram is that a Middle Eastern dish, a Mongolian hat, or a circular throwing weapon from India? A chakram. That is a circular throwing weapon from India. Steppe regions cover 20% of the Earth's land. Is that true or is that false? Steppe regions. And that is true. Sir Guy of Gisborne first appears in a Robin Hood tale wearing what? A raccoon hat, a horsehide robe, or a fur-lined cape? He first appears wearing a horsehide robe. Brazil is the world's largest producer of bananas. Is that true or is that false? That Brazil is the largest producer of bananas. And that is false. Brazil is the world's largest producer of coffee, but not bananas. Who created Star Trek? George Lucas, Gene Roddenberry, or Kathleen Kennedy? And you must not get this wrong. Gene Roddenberry created Star Trek. What is falafel? Middle Eastern food, an Egyptian hat, or a Greek dance? Falafel. That would be a Middle Eastern food. What is Sir Walter Raleigh famous for? Showing up drunk to Parliament, an apple hitting his head, or covering a puddle with his cloak so Queen Elizabeth wouldn't get her shoes muddy? Covering a puddle with his cloak so Queen Elizabeth wouldn't get muddy. The Avengers is also a cleaning product, a British TV series, or a wasp trap company. The Avengers is a British TV series. What are the names of Donald Duck's nephews? Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Screwy, Droopy, and Loopy, or Happy, Dopey, and Grumpy? Donald Duck's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Brahms is known for his jazz, his lullaby, or his requiem. Brahms is most famous for his lullaby. A windrower, is that a sailing boat, a wind turbine, or a swather? A windrower. That is a swather. The dwarf planet Pluto is named after Mickey Mouse's dog, the Roman god Pluto, or plutonium. Pluto is named after the Roman god Pluto, not the Disney dog. Ficus plants weren't used in traditional medicine because they were considered poisonous. Is that true or is that false? And that is false. I don't know why. When Montgomery Clift had a car accident, Elizabeth Taylor saved his life by removing the broken teeth that were choking him. Is that true or is that false? That's true. What is the capital city of the Netherlands? Capital city of the Netherlands. Amsterdam. The Tyrolean Oberland is an SUV. Is that true or is that false? And that is false. It is part of the Austrian state of Tyrol that is west of the Milach River. Oviraptor means, is that an egg thief, a swift thief, or a terrible claw? An oviraptor. That's an egg thief. Actors in China are often dubbed by professional voice actors. Is that true or is that false? Chinese actors are often dubbed over. That's true. The Budweiser horses are what breed? Are they Percherons, Halflingers, or Clydesdales? The Budweiser horses are Clydesdales. Hydrogen's atomic number is it 92, 1, or 15? The atomic number of hydrogen. And that is 1. Wisdom teeth aren't necessary. They make you smarter, or they help you chew meat. Wisdom teeth. They aren't necessary. The Velociraptor weighed about as much as a Welsh corgi. Is that true or is that false? That's true. That's correct. Cross stitch is what? A form of embroidery, a corn planting pattern, or a surgical suture technique? Cross stitch. And that's a form of embroidery. And that was question 100. Thanks for playing Quiz Time. Don't forget to drop your score in the comments, please. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you don't miss any quiz times as we produce them. Thank you so much for playing, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.